Hey, you beautiful big heads, it's your boy Zatch, and welcome back to Smart Alchemy Stars. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing a certain someone who was first of his kind and changed a lot of things for many characters. That being said, the man we'll be showcasing is Barton. And not that one, this one. First character to actually get an upgrade to his original self. Now, this showcase will be a little bit different in how we do things, but you might like, you might not. Let me know in the comments below. But without further ado, let's go look at the man. Starting out with the active skill. It is an energy-based active skill, meaning he needs a certain amount of points to use it. In his case, he needs 20 lone energy to enter the lone state. To get lone energy, all you need to do is normal attacks. For every normal attack you do, you get 1 point of lone energy. Once he's in the lone state, his chain combos get increased range and damage, and in the round, if he has at least 10 lone energy, the amount will be halved and he will be able to retain the lone state until the next round. Looking at Barton's chain combos, he has two sets. He has his normal state set and then his lone state set. Obviously, the lone state chain combos will have more range and damage, while his normal state won't. The benefit is, in his normal state, he actually can gain lone energy from doing his chain combos. That being said, the downside is he cannot gain lone energy from chain combos while he's in his lone state. He can only get it from normal attacks. Finally, looking at his equipment skill, as stated earlier, his normal attacks can hit enemies diagonally. And then while in the lone state, his normal attacks deal damage to one surrounding cluster, and non-targeting tiles receive 40% of the normal attack damage. He has little splashes on his heads, which is actually really nice. And quickly looking at his breakthroughs, his breakthrough 3 pretty much gives him preemptive strike because it gives him 20 lone energy right away. And his breakthrough 6 allows him to get 5 lone energy after using his active skill. Now let's go look at some teams we can use them on. Now here's the first team you can use Barton on, which is a standard burst team. Now for Sakari and Luis, you will need some breakthroughs on them to get the full benefit of this team right out the gates. You can, burst later on down the line in the turn, but it's better to get the first burst than build back up to it the second time. So Sakari and Luis are both needed for this team, while Siobhan and Naruxo are more situational / can be replaced easily. Siobhan can be replaced with anybody who can pick tiles or convert tiles, and then Naruxo is just any character who can teleport. So yeah, obviously this team is to burst down bosses, because Barton isn't the best at it, but this team will help him get the job done in that regard. This is more of a general use team for Barton, allowing him to move around and get the points he wants while also increasing his damage. So Brandon and Kenneth, great combo together, filling in the points where they can't convert for each other. Robin increases your damage to enemies on green tiles. And Gino gives a buff while also sharing? Sure, he shares it. While also sharing a debuff to all enemies in the field, and also can heal as well. Yeah, he does many things here. And then this last team is purely just a fun team. Like, literally, this is just a dumb team that is meant for me to have fun. I don't know about you, but no, this team is literally just for me to run around, smack things, and hurt everything around me. Midgard will help us reposition, the 2 tile converters will convert the tiles. Lenore gives the same shred as Gino, but instead, she'll do more damage, and she also likes mobbing like Barton. So it's pretty much just, we're going to see what happens first. Either I die or the enemy dies, and that's the fun part. So now let's talk about the pros and cons of this beautiful man and Braidum. So the pros are, he can use his active skill even when there's no enemies around, which will allow him to get free energy. He has a great multiplier when he enters the lone state, and he can technically stay in the lone state forever if there's enough enemies around for him to hit. Now on the con side, he fights for our leader slot quite hard. Considering Hero's a thing, that's why Hero's on none of these teams, because she also, for the most damage that she can do, will want to be in the first slot. So there's a little conflict there. He also isn't as reliable if he's not in the leader slot, because he's heavily relying on it. On top of that, you can't even get more energy from chain combos once you're in the lone state, which kind of sucks. And then also, unless you get 20 normal attacks turn 1, you have to, build up to getting his active skill unless you have a breakthrough in him. So that sucks as well. All that being said, Barton is still a great character, and he was still in an easy A+. Not quite S, but definitely an A+. Just there being more cons than pros just knocks him out of the S rank in general. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Check out other showcases I do. The plan is to get enough of these so we can have one for every goddamn character. So if you want to think about a character that you want to use, you can look them up real quick, and then you got them. You'll see what they can do. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys, and bye-bye.